It's official. More people are listening than ever before. Talk Radio, your award-winning station with the largest audience ever. This is Talk Radio. Fax us direct. 0541 59 69 79.
Let's go to Gloucestershire. Alan, you're on Talk Radio. Good evening.
Hello, Scott.
Alan.
I've been driving for 37 years now. I'm now doing 20 hours a week more. I'm earning less money. The tachographs, which is called spies in the cab, are more abuse now than ever. It simply isn't the fact that we're being governed by the law.
Whose fault is this, Alan? Why are you putting up with it?
Well, because we either do it or get told get out the gate. You're sacked.
Is that a fact?
Simple as that.
So you must have a fair amount of sympathy with the French, the Germans, the Belgians, the Italians, the Germans.
Well, not in that respect. I just think that they're going about it the right way round. We just can't do nothing about it because all we're told, if we don't like it, get out the gate.
Yeah. Wish you well, Alan. Hope things get better. Bill's in Manchester. Bill, you're on Talk Radio. Good evening.
Hiya, Scott.
Bill?
Yeah, actually, I'm on the way from Manchester to Plymouth driving, so... yeah, I used to be a truckie myself. I got out of the business because of the problems.
What, were you like Alan, working harder for less?
Well, yeah, that's the business now, and
Really?
as you said, as to the attitude, I mean, if you reduce the hours, quite often you reduce the driver's pay. You know?
What business did you get into, Bill?
Well, I've got into the coaching industry, but
hell.
it has the same problem.
Frying pan and fire.
Yeah, because I've got the human cargo, and when we go to Europe, quite often you have a blockade. Sometimes, but very rarely, they will not let you through, even with a human cargo on board.
So maybe you've got it worse. Bill, safe driving. Kevin's in Northampton. Kevin, you're on Talk Radio. Good evening to you.
Miss UK, I think that, yes, let's have a lot more of all sizes, all shapes, starting at 5 stone to 10 stone.
Oh, I know where you're coming from, Kevin. I know where you're coming from. I can tell you that Talk Radio history is being made ce soir. Because he's just turned up. Thanks very much, Nick.
Do you not fancy another couple of hours?
I don't. Nick Abbot has just turned up.
You get paid for it, though, right?
He takes out. Who says I get what? You get paid for a double shift?
Of course you get paid for a double shift.
I don't get paid for a double shift.
Twice the rate. You get like £50-60 for the day's work you've done today.
No one told me this.
Didn't you? Of course.
Anyway,
nothing is for free. This is show business. It's a business.
And I'm doing it for the love and the lousy 60 quid.
No. Don't do it for the love.
It's nice to see you, Nick.
Yeah, and you.
Yeah.
Scotchism is... now, you might not know this, ladies and gentlemen, but he is quite as big as he sounds. Without doubt, the biggest talk show host probably in the world.
Apart from Rush Limbaugh, I've met him. He's a great big fat...
Oh, yeah, but he's just fat, though. You're huge, like a man mountain.
There you go. Well, how can I follow that?
Don't. You could just leave it quiet for 6 minutes, and then it'd be easy for me to follow.
Go on then. What are you eating, by the way? You've stunk out the whole studio.
Does it smell?
It does.
It's salmon.
Oh, that's what it is. I hate salmon.
Are you allergic?
I'm not allergic. Well, I get nauseous at the smell of smoked salmon, Nick, and I'll tell you why.
So if I wave it under you like this,
if you wave it in front of that is a life-threatening thing
really?
to do.
That would be right. Okay. What, for you or me?
Who do you think, Nick? No, I've eaten. Do you know? I got on the plane to Northern Ireland from Heathrow. What do they give you?
Smoked salmon sandwiches.
Yeah, right. I get on the plane at Belfast, come back to Heathrow. What do they give you?
Smoked salmon sandwiches.
No, poached salmon.
Poached salmon. Well, that's a switch.
Oh, God, I feel nauseous just thinking about it.
So you're never happy unless you're eating a cow.
And I can tell you,
I'm guessing,
in a pie.
Yeah.
With the horn sticking out.
Yeah.
I can tell you. Can I give you a lowdown on what the ITN reporter was doing?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, doing when?
Well, we were sitting at the front of the aircraft. We get this. I can smell this as they brought it up.
Oh, in other words, when you get on the aircraft, you get to turn left.
No, I turned right. We were getting on the door at the front.
Yeah, but you're in when you're at the front of the aircraft. That means you're with the posh people.
Yeah, no, that's where you go first.
All right.
I'd rather be down near the black box.
I'd rather go... Well, this is very distasteful at this time. But if you want to run with it, okay, sure, why not?
No. Listen, anyway, the ITN reporter was so either hungry or so just downright greedy, that he took the top off burning his fingers, taking the foil top off the...
Yeah. Caution.
And then whoosh, up came the smell of this very overdone poached salmon. And he was taking a bit out with his fork, going... and then throwing it around, and he ate the lot like that in about 20 seconds. Shall I name him?
Sure, it's on your show, yeah, why not?
No, this is Dealey's show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We could pretend that it was him.
We could, couldn't we?
Actually,
do you do impressions? I hear you do, Nick.
Peter Dealey speaks. It's a little bit like that. Not very much like that.
Do me.
No, I couldn't possibly.
I'll go on.
And I'll do you when I'm nearer the door. So I've got a clear exit.
I've heard you do me in quiet late night moments.
Can I just make it quite clear to the audience I have never done Scotch.
That's true. It's your producer who tells me you've done me.
Whatever he says will be dealt with severely later.
But he's Scottish and wears waistcoats.
I know.
You haven't got a clue what's on your show tonight, have you?
No.
You just have got here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if I had been here for 3 hours, I wouldn't have a clue.
We've got 2.5 minutes to fill here, Nick.
No, I've got to go.
And it's down to you to tell me what you're doing on your show.
Well, you screwed up. I was sitting here and you took all those calls that you could have had into the news. Have you done this before?
Well, I don't mind smart Alec. We can go back to Northampton, can't we, Kevin? Kevin?
Hello?
Yes, you see?
Kevin.
You see, you don't do that, Abbott, do you?
No, you don't mind, Kevin, if I leave you with Scott, because I'm in the next studio. It's like a 3-mile hike from here.
No, do you listen to You Stay There, Abbott?
Yeah.
I've got to go.
You stay exactly where you are. You've got to walk past me to get out anyway. Now, Kevin.
Hello, yes.
Now, about your 5 stone up to 15 stone...
20 stone, and if there's more, added to it. And the same for the men.
I get the feeling your cut-off point, Kevin, is they've got to have a pulse.
Yeah, well, no, it's evil that there's only one particular shape and...
Shall we go into that, Nick?
I don't know, is this the bloke who was talking about the human cargo, which I thought was really awful way of... I mean, that to me sounds like he's carrying dead people.
No, that was Bill in Manchester.
How can you remember this stuff?
I have this photographic memory.
You do?
I do. I can tell you... Shall I go through all the calls I've had today?
I bet you the rest of this sandwich, you can't tell me the 5th call you had today.
I don't want that sandwich.
That's why I'm betting you.
Tom, David, Helen, Elizabeth, Graham, Steve, Robert, Jerry, Christine, Vic, John, Jane, Peggy, Andy, Nikki, Dave, John, were both on mobiles, Les, Maria, Ian on a mobile, Nigel on a mobile, Alan, Bill, and our last caller, Kevin.
And you should have seen the level of concentration on his face.
Superb,
as he was trying to remember that. Your eyeballs almost came out.
Not a lot of people can do that.
Amazing.
Nice to meet you, Nick.
Any old Tom, Dick, and Helen can get on your show.
I'll see you in the morning. Take care.
Award-winning talk radio across the UK on 1053 and 1089 AM. KPMG Commercial Radio Station of the Year.
Brits are really nuts. Just look at your show. It's a freak ball.
Yeah, it's a freak for all.
Have you been sniffing McGiffin?
What? You know how you get Bodan Ularok too much. Alistair Wanklin. You just said that. I just had to dump Mike Allen. Oh, I dialed up a normal call by accident. Would you mind holding? Because we're in the middle of something else. Normal call. That's a normal call?
I fancy Chelsea Clinton.
How do you keep an idiot in suspense?
Blimey, I don't know. Hang on, Aid. I'll be back with you for the answer in a while. Put you on hold.
Nick Abbott.
So I actually thought I was in trouble for a minute then. I have never been so scared since school. When I vividly remember it. There was a bloke who just came in about halfway through our year. Little did I know it was because he was expelled from every previous school he was in and ended up in ours. And I can't remember why I did this, but he said something to annoy me at dinner, and I kicked him under the table. And the word went round like wildfire that this guy was actually insane, a psychopath, and that he was going to biff me up during break. And I, who went through the whole of school by hanging around the hard lads, pretending I was tough. Never been actually challenged on it. It was amazing. And here was somebody who was going to smack me up the side of the head. Couldn't believe it. But apparently he didn't. Because I would have remembered that. So anyway, it's 0500 1053 89. Thank you very much, Scott, for allowing me out of the studio alive. And look at that board, man. Absolutely nothing whatsoever.
He's really specializing in busting my balls.
Exactly. 0500 1053 89. And, because I haven't got anything prepared because he was keeping me hostage in the damn studio in there. What?
Nick, be careful.
Like I was saying, Scott Chisholm, probably one of the nicest men you'll ever likely to meet, and a wonderful humanitarian to boot. Or I'd better rephrase that and use another way of putting that other than to boot.
He's a very big man.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to be careful. Hi, Scott. It's good to see you.
Kev,
Yeah, you should maybe consider getting another job or something like a paper round. I don't think you're working hard enough.
Is that what he's saying?
No! See, what the hell?
Genuinely, he was saying that you're a jolly nice bloke, and
yeah,
he's very pleased.
He's a jolly green giant.
He's very pleased, very pleased to be allowed out the studio in one piece.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to my car now.
Okay.
I don't have far to drive. In other words, I can be back in very quickly.
Well, alert security.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
I'm just going out to get my extra 15 quid.
Nice
to see you then.
And you, Scott.
You take care of yourself.
I will.
I wouldn't do.
Is he being serious?
I don't know. You being serious, Scott?
Yeah.
0500 1053 89. It's a free call, huh?
Of course he is.
Isn't he?
He's a lovely man. It's very good.
What have you been telling him about me? That's the part that I don't like.
I haven't told him anything. He's making things up on the air now. Never said anything. It was about Ian Collins.
I tell you what we didn't make up on the air was when I had to dump Mike Allen last Friday. He went insane. What was wrong with him? I thought we were going to have to tie him to the floor.
Yeah, I think he deeply regrets his actions.
I doubt it, because he said it once. He said the...
Please don't say it.
He said the sh word. I didn't say anything.
Okay, well, just...
He said you know what.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was kind of stunned, because it's like your granny saying it at dinner. Not that I'm saying Mike Allen's like my granny. Oh, blimey, could I possibly be in any more trouble than I am right now? No, it's like, kind of like, well, you know when somebody famous swears, and you're only used to seeing them on TV or listening to them on the radio. You ever met somebody famous there, Kev?
Yeah.
And have they ever swore in your presence and you'd be kind of like really deeply shocked by that?
Yeah, very much so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like that, because you're just not the last person on the air. Like, what would be the odds? Me and Mike Allen sitting in a studio together, one of us swears. Where would all the money be? On me, obviously. And he said it not only once, and it kind of took us by surprise, such that we didn't think he said it. Now, we've only got a 7-second delay here. And I looked over at Kev, who was busy doing whatever it is that you do in there. We'll have some sort of competition to figure what exactly that is
listening
later.
Intently to this broadcast.
Yeah. I think he was tuned into Radio Free Europe. And I said, stupidly, because I was in shock, I said, what did you say? And he repeated it. It's incredible. And at that point, I think Kev was brought to his senses. He hit the dump button. Fortunately, it was just in. I think we shaved the front of the word off, because only 7 seconds had gone by. Otherwise, we'd have been in deep doo-doo. And people are saying...
He's wacko, man. He's worse than crazy. He's evil.
And who would ever have thought that they'd be saying that about Mike Allen? Here is one in... there's actually nothing on my board. Does that mean my board has broken? There are no lights flashing. That's a broken board. Or it's not plugged in. Or something. Hang out. I don't really want to start the show by whining, but seriously, how long had you three been here, like Tweedledum, Tweedledee, and their long-lost cousin?
We checked everything.
You didn't check everything because my sound effects weren't even plugged in, nor was the screen switched on.
Well, with the exception of the sound effects.
With the exception of everything, you checked everything.
And, we can't test the phones because Scott's using them at the time, and, we don't want to annoy Scott.
Shut up. Here's one in Larne. Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Gary.
How are you?
All right.
I'm just following up about the way that kids, until they reach a certain age, always give their age when they're sending letters to anywhere. Or, if they're on a radio program, they give their age.
Yeah. I'm 7 3/4,
yes.
They'll say.
It's just, what reminded me was reading the Daily Mail today, and there's some kid that's got his age in after his letter. And when do people stop doing that?
Well, they not only stop doing it at a certain age, it's probably teenagerhood, but they restart doing it when they get really old. Because you listen to this station or any station that takes phone-ins, and if they get somebody really old on the air, she'll say, I'm Edith, I'm 78. They always throw the age in there, right before they tell you about their backs and their feet.
Was there not a report that one radio station stopped their presenters from taking callers with names such as Edith and so on, as they thought it gave the wrong image of the station?
Wasn't this one, was it?
No.
It wasn't LBCing you?
No.
Because those are the only calls they get.
No, it was a rather large one.
A rather large one?
Yes. A rather large one radio station.
It was a big one, is that what you're saying, Gary?
Yes.
Okay, well, I just, from the information that you've given me, I can't guess, but I bet it was wonderful. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. We've got to take a break and come back again, and I don't have any of my things organised. I'll get it over here, because it's in my bag. I'm sure it'll be hilarious when we come to it, because that's the thing about comedy, it's...
funny.
Timing.
By the way, you broke the phones when you moved the screens around, which we should have done, so, I'll give you that.
Exactly. In other words, you should set up, being employed to do this, you should set up the studio for the host, am I right?
I believe Russ, you're fired.
Instead of making up excuses about it. You're one of these people who, I know exactly what you are. First of all, you do nothing. Second of all, you blame everybody else for the things that you're supposed to have done but screwed up. It's never your fault. You're one of those people, aren't you?
I don't do that. Sick Boy does that.
All right, you're forgiven. Okay, actual real bumper stickers that should be made into country and western songs. The weather is here. Wish you were beautiful. I'm going to send that card to you, Kev, no matter where I am. And nobody's ugly after 2 in the morning.
Giving you more of what you want. Talk Radio. Your views and the news you need. 1053 and 1089 AM. Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Hence the expression, don't press those buttons please, Nick, because I need them just now.
Okay, we're going to have a little seminar about how to use this system to its best effect after the show, or during if you like.
Well,
except that the audience would probably be, first of all, they wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about, and third of all, they wouldn't care, and there is no second of all. I want you to remember that. Here's one in Chelmsford. Hello.
Hi, Nick.
How's it going?
You know those really horrible £2 coin things that are on from special at the minute?
They're on special?
Well, yeah.
What does that mean? How much do they cost? I want 6.
We like the really, really horrible, massive things.
Yeah, they're great.
But they're completely useless. They're too big for your wallet.
You carry your change in your wallet?
Well, it helps because I like sticking money in my mouth, and I used to do it as a kid, so...
No, seriously, well, what kind of trousers do you wear? Do you wear suit trousers or jeans?
I wear... Well...
Answer the question.
Call them trousers. Well, you call them trousers, but they're kind of like cut-off, kind of like... camo type thing.
Oh, there's pockets aplenty in those to carry change. Why do you carry change? Nobody carries change in a wallet, man. That's ridiculous.
Oh, Nick? Nick?
Yeah. If you're playing something down this phone, forget it. This is the worst phone I've ever heard. It sounds like you're calling from a helicopter. Terrible. 0500 1050 389. It's a free call. Here's one in Buxton. Hello.
Hello, Nick.
How's it going? Is your name Merlin?
It's becoming Merlin, yeah. I think they're changing my name to Merlin. It's quite got a ring to it, hasn't it?
I guess.
Can I ask you a personal question before we start?
No.
Okay, I'll leave it then. I was going to talk to you about Carl Gustav Jung.
Who?
Jung.
Oh, yeah.
It's pronounced. Positive and negative affirmations and the unconscious and the conscious minds.
Yeah.
The conscious mind that works in words and languages and numbers, etc., and the unconscious that works in pictures. Yeah, relative music.
Yeah.
You was asking the other night about something to do with how tarot cards can relate to knowing the future and knowing different things.
I must have been insane at the time. 0500 1050 389. It's a free one. Here's one in London. Hello. Dave.
Hello.
Dave.
Yeah, Nick.
Yes.
Nick, I was just wondering what happened with your eye operation that time. I never found out what happened. Were you happy with the results?
With my eye operation?
Yeah. This has gone back. It's gone back a while ago, of course, but
Oh, you mean when I had laser eye surgery?
Yeah. I was just thinking about getting it done. I was just wondering, you know...
You want me to go through that story again?
Oh, well, quickly.
Oh, there is no quickly. First of all, you... You think about it for about 6 months, and you think, do I actually want somebody to operate on my eyeballs? And you think, and the answer usually is... Or would I prefer just to put up with wearing spectacles? Is that the choice you have?
Well, it's contacts or...
Contacts, okay.
Or
the contacts are even worse, because they're a complete pain in the eyeball, aren't they?
Absolutely.
When it gets smoky, or when you get tired, or if there's a bit of dust in the air, and it's just a nightmare. And you happen to get lucky one night, and you aren't staying where you ordinarily live, and your potions and lotions and cups and bottles and this and that and the other, all that crap you have to take around with you, virtually like Boots the chemist you need to take around in a bag. You ain't got none of that. And if you ever go to sleep in your contacts, try prizing your eyes open with a car jack the next morning. It's ridiculous. So that's the decision that I made, and it took a long time to actually say, right, okay, I'm gonna do it. And you sit in the waiting room, and because you kind of you put your deposit down and you've got that far, you're going to go through with it. But every fibre in your body tells you to run. And then eventually he comes out and he puts some drops in your eyes, which makes your eyes go kind of all spangly, like everything's yellow and fruit flavoured. And you're feeling a little bit sort of peculiar about this, and more so when you get into his room and they strap you down and it looks like a set from Clockwork Orange, and they peel your eyes open with these, they put wires underneath your eyelids to pull your eyes open. Have you seen Clockwork Orange?
Yes, I have actually, yeah.
Right, that's exactly what they do. They pull your eyes right open like this, and then they scrape the front of your eyeball off. Exactly. Because the laser is much more adept at taking thin layers off the juicy flesh that's underneath the thick skin that covers your eyeball. Because what you touch when you stick your finger in your eye is see-through skin.
Great.
And it's quite tough. So they sort of scrape that off, and they do it with a dentist drill. No, they don't. And then comes the longest 20 seconds.
Yes, there's still £1 million to be won with the Suns. Who wants to be a millionaire game card?
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So next come the longest 20 seconds of your life, because they set you in a chair and you have to keep your eye fixed on a little dot as the laser is cutting through the layers. And if your eye moves about, then the laser will cut the wrong part of it. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
And are you throwing up yet?
No.
Feeling a little bilious?
Yeah, I'm starting to worry a bit, yeah.
So, he says, just keep your eyes still. And, of course, your eye is constantly moving. Even if you think that you're looking at something steadily, just for how the brain works and perception and all that sort of thing. The best way of describing it is if you touch something and just leave your finger there, then the sense of feeling it disappears if you don't move your finger. That's because there's no new information coming in, right? So your eyes are constantly dancing around even if you think they're still. And so your brain is screaming at you to keep your eyeballs still because you don't want them to slice off the wrong end, right? And it goes on for 20 seconds, which seems weeks. And then the thing clicks off, and your vision is all cloudy because they chop off too much, and then it grows back, and it's supposed to be perfect. And you smell this smoke.
You smell it? You smell it?
And it's the smell of the smoke of your burning eyeball.
Smells like victory.
I love the smell of burning eyeball in the morning.
This is Talk Radio, the 1998 KPMG commercial radio station of the year.
Anorax, email Nick now. Abbot at talk-radio.co.uk.
Oh, yeah. 0500. What is it? 105389. I know. Here's one on the Isle of Wight. Hello.
Hello there, Nick.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Ring up about South Park on Friday.
South Park on Friday, yes.
Wasn't it the greatest?
It was so funny, it was almost beyond words. Now, I've seen that one before, and I was talking to my dad, who I turned on to South Park after he shocked the life out of me when he said that he liked Beavis and Butthead. Imagine a man who dresses in a three-piece suit to do the gardening, right? He is so conservative and Daily Telegraph and opera and all that sort of stuff. And he turns around to me and says he loves Beavis and Butthead, and he's got the movie out about 5 times, and I am in shock.
Movie ain't that bad.
It's great, but I can't believe that my dad likes it. No, the movie is hilarious, but I'm just stunned that he likes Beavis and Butthead. And I called him up and I said, you've got to watch South Park, because they sent us videos of the thing before it actually came out, because we're in show business. And I said, you've got to watch it. And he watched the first one, and kind of like my feeling when I saw Beavis and Butthead for the first time, I thought, this is annoying. But I said, no, stick with it, Dad, because you will love it. And he did. He likes it, but I hadn't seen which one it was. I've seen the Mr. Hanky Christmas episode. And he was saying, oh, it was just disgusting. He couldn't believe it. And when they showed Mr. Hanky, this is going to mean nothing at all to people who haven't seen it. He said, I thought, oh, blimey, I hope they don't do that again. And of course they did. Up pops Mr. Hanky.
Hanky. Right. There's a question I want to ask you, because I've heard you're an expert on South Park.
Expert?
Yeah.
I just like it. If that makes me an expert, then so be it.
That's right. You know the Professor, the mad one?
Oh, yeah.
The cloning one that makes monkeys with 4 bucks.
Yes.
I want to know, that little creature thing that hangs around with him all the time?
That's his son, isn't it?
I don't know, because in the Turkey Special Edition one, the chef is on about what the hell he is, trying to figure out what he is. But he looks too young to be a son. He looks like a monkey boy or something or other.
Well, either way.
Wow, that kid has some real emotional problems.
I don't think there's any question about that. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. And there's many various different things that's going on here. Do you know that Captain Pugwash is coming back on TV?
Yes.
Now, you're about to tell me about...
No, I'm not, because it's not true.
What's not true?
This urban myth that has been propagated over the past few years about the various character names in Captain Pugwash.
son of a bitch!
Not true?
Not true. Not true at all.
Holy poop on a stick.
Really? I had no idea. What, Master never was a member of the ship?
No, it was Mr. Mate, I believe.
Mr. Mate?
And the cabin boy was called Tom.
Really?
Yep.
Tom the cabin boy. That doesn't have the same ring to it, really, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, that's a shame. So Captain Pugwash is coming back. They should bring, let's not get into this.
Bod.
Eh?
Bod.
Bod?
You bring Bod back. Bod was great.
What's that?
It was a children's TV series. It was probably a bit after your time. Children's TV series.
Excuse me?
Well, you know, because you're a couple of years older than I am. And Bod was on when I was a small child.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a sort of badly animated thing with characters who actually don't look dissimilar to those from South Park, funnily enough. And they just went on all sorts of wacky and crazy adventures. And there was a frog in it as well that had milkshakes.
Of course, you know how to turn... Oh, never mind.
No, never mind.
What's green and goes at 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, okay. Well,
okay.
We know, thanks.
Can I interest you in a frog milkshake?
Go on, then.
Mmm. Nutritious and delicious. And chunky, too.
I love the smell of frog in the morning.
You do?
No.
No, but they should bring back the Magic Roundabout. But I really don't want to get into this whole children's television thing, what they used to have on children's TV, because goodness knows that's been done over and over.
Over. They did bring back the Magic Roundabout, though, didn't they?
The Manic Roundabout?
They did. Yeah, that was the follow-up.
The Manic Street Roundabout.
If you tolerate this, your children will be next.
Yeah.
Because they brought it back.
What's that song about, by the way? If you, I must have played that 100 times, and I've got no idea what they're talking about. Because if you listen to the lyrics, he might as well be speaking Swahili. Have we got that song here? Because we should go through it line by line and try to figure out what the hell it is that bloke's singing about. Because it seems to be very important. It seems to be he's making a political point. If you tolerate this, your children will be next. Of course, if you don't listen to modern music stations, but similarly, you won't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. But it's a new song by the Manic Street Preachers, and seriously, it's indecipherable. They could be playing it backwards, and you'd have an easier time of figuring out what it is he's saying. The only part you can understand is, if you tolerate this, your children will be next. But what? What the hell is the point of writing a song, alerting people to the dangers of whatever it might be, and saying that if you allow this, then your children might suffer, if you don't actually tell us what it is? What an idiot.
Oh, well.
Am I being too rash or harsh?
Anyway, back to the Magic Roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nigel Planer wrote and narrated some new ones, didn't he? Because he found a bunch of episodes and retranslated.
Well, that's no good. Nigel Planer, he's not, what's his name?
Eric Thompson.
Eric Thompson. Who's he?
Emma's dad.
Is he?
Yeah.
I knew.
The second fat ass.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
That just appeared without my intention.
Oh.
Eric Thompson, Emma's dad. He used to do the Magic Roundabout, which was French, wasn't it?
It was, and he sort of took the visuals and rewrote the audio and the words and made up different stories.
Eh?
Yeah.
He took the visuals?
Yeah, because he rewrote the stories so that the stories...
He did?
Yeah. I believe so, because they weren't a complete translation. I could be wrong, but I believe that to be the case. It wasn't a translation of the French story. It was the French version with a brand new soundtrack and new words and everything.
Do you remember the episode called...
Go on and go home, you fat chicken!
I was in that one, actually.
You were? Playing the chicken. Here's one in Norwich. Hello, Jason.
Hello there, Nick.
Jason.
Right, the little creature in South Park.
What?
Well, the actual professor, he's based on the Marlon Brando character in the remake of The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Really?
Oh, you should see Marlon Brando. He has ballooned up in this film. He is huge. You got to watch it. It's so bad.
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
It's about the third time it's been remade.
Well, when was that? Was that just
last
lately?
year?
Oh,
last year.
Marlon Brando has ballooned up, wasn't
he? He has ballooned up even bigger than to what he was.
No way. He must be wider than he is tall.
Yeah, pretty much so. Well, there's a tiny little guy in it, and he's become really famous in America because he's about 2 foot tall, and he does adverts for huge big gulp cola and things like that in the States. And he's in one of the opening scenes of this movie, and David Thewlis, who's like the scientist, he comes in and he looks around and he sees all these really weird creatures and these like freaks, and he looks at this tiny little guy and he just says, "What on earth are you people? Look at him!" And he can't decipher what this guy is throughout the whole film, and that's what they are based on.
Sounds like it really sucks as a film.
Oh, it's shocking.
But there's that SH word. I thought we're going to have to dump you for a second there.
No. Oh, just had a thought.
Wait a second. So the guy comes in and he sees Marlon Brando and he says,
"Now that is a man who has eaten a lot of beef."
Yeah, absolutely. And he looks exactly like the cartoon character. He wears one of those big like Hawaii shirts and a big wide brim hat, and he has a cane and all that.
Excellent. And Marlon Brando's first line is,
"Hey Nick,
yes,
why don't you cart up the song by Cartman?"
Well, I'm going
Carl's
to.
Mother is
a big fat yes. I'm going to, but I don't. I have to buy a mini disc player because I have to tape it off the TV.
They are the
All of
greatest.
this is probably totally illegal, isn't it? We're going to be sent to jail for this.
You know Robin Banks played that on his show, don't you?
Well, there's I know, but that's not something I wish to discuss at this time. Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay.
Time to say goodbye.
Okay, thanks very much. Nick.
0500 1050 389 and all of all the names in all the world. You have to bring up that one. What are we doing now? Are we taking a break or what? You're just a shadow to me. I can't see a thing in there. Can you turn up the lights? Good grief. Is there one single thing you didn't screw up today in my absence? I was away having a haircut.
Yeah, I know.
Actual surgery on my hair.
Well, the rest of us...
And if I do say so myself, I look gorgeous.
You do, actually. It has to be said. We're going to get all your pictures retaken there, because they're printing up the cards, but we're just...
They said to me the other place, can you get your hair cut so that it matches the photos that we send out? I said no.
Well, we'll have to get those retaken so that everyone can see you in your full glory.
Of course, yes.
With your blondie bits.
They can see my full glory.
Yes.
Those would be interesting snaps to send out, wouldn't they?
Just a bit.
Mm-hmm. So, where are we? What are we doing now? Oh, is that Elizabeth from Cheddar?
I suppose
He's
it must
just
be.
setting up Elizabeth from Cheddar. Here's a bloke in Stratford-upon-Avon. Could you be any posher?
Hi.
Tariq.
Yeah. It's not posh.
Isn't it?
No. I'm phoning up to about contact lenses.
Contact lenses?
Yeah. I'd like to talk in their defence.
Sure.
I'm 14 and I've had them for about a month.
Yeah.
I've got the ones you throw away at the end of every day.
Do you?
Yeah. They're quite expensive, but they're really good.
They're about £1 a day.
Yeah, a bit more, I think, about £1.50. But
Of course, that makes a difference. It's taken over a year.
yeah, it does.
How can you afford that?
My parents pay for it.
Aha!
Yeah. But you know you're saying about when you go into a smoke-filled room or you get tired. I mean, with these, I don't find that at all. I mean, if you're dropping off, then your eyes start going funny.
You don't happen to work for Bausch and Lomb, do you?
No, I don't, actually.
Well, I read bad reports about these daily throwaway things because they're not made from the same quality of material as ones that you keep for a long time. And so there was this suggestion a while ago, I don't know whether it was true or not, that they're not actually very good for your eyes.
You've got to blink a lot, otherwise they dry out and stick themselves to your eyes, and you can't go swimming, because you can't take them out and then put them back in.
And you've only just started using them?
About a month. Yeah.
Right, okay. In about a year's time, call me back and see if they're still giving you no grief.
Okay.
Because in my experience, it just got worse and worse and worse.
Have you tried them then?
No, not those, but just contact lenses generally. You know, you can spend the most amount of money on the most gas permeable and soft and eye form fitting and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
And they still hurt. They still give you agony and grief. And the thing is, if there's any part of you that is feeling pain, like I cut my finger open trying to cut some cheese. It wasn't even hard cheese, it was soft cheese. What an idiot. I was so drunk on whenever it was. I had the cheese in my hand, and it wasn't even a sharp knife. It was one of these, it was just an ordinary knife, right? It wasn't sharp at all. Managed to almost slice my finger off. But I can get by while that's throbbing and giving me pain. Your ears, you can sort of get by that. But if your eyes are feeling, not even hurting, but uncomfortable, you can't get by that.
I mean,
you just can't get past it, and it just ruins everything.
I mean, these are so... You don't even realise you have them in until you have to take them out.
And they haven't affected your eyes, your sight in any way whatsoever?
No, not at all.
Okay, how many fingers am I holding up?
3.
Is not the right answer, Tariq. Oh dear, you're a loser, baby, so why don't we kill you? It does seem a little harsh to kill him for that, but rules are rules.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Right.
I hope that Nikki the Psycho newsreader calls us up.
Well, she did last week, didn't
I know she did, yeah.
And you said something very offensive about a cow.
A cow?
Yeah, you asked her to bring you back a wooden cow to remind you of her.
Like I would say something like that.
I think you would.
Really? Did I actually say that?
Yeah.
0500 1053 89. Free call. Here is, now I've got Elizabeth from Cheddar. She's going to have to hang on a minute because I've got other people who've been waiting for a dog's age. Here is a person, male or female, unsure, called Garen.
Hello, Nick.
Ah, which are you?
I'm a male.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations.
Sorry?
You have won the lottery of life.
Oh, I wish I did win the lottery because I wouldn't be ringing you, Chief.
What on earth does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yes.
That means if I won the lottery, I'm in Barbados.
Oh, yes, right. Okay, with
exotic.
You. Right, exotic, innit?
Yeah, exotic, innit, yeah. Can I just say hello to my friend Simon in Newcastle? And can I also say, Nick, you do the most fantastic talk show I've ever heard in my life.
What?
It's outrageous.
No.
It's brilliant.
Right.
And can I just say also, Nick, that it is my birthday today.
Oh, right.
I'm 27.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
That's just a little bit younger than you are.
No.
It is.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely true. Hello?
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 It's a little bit what?
Yes.
It's you're a what, did you say? It's a little bit what?
I'm a little bit younger than you are. Not much.
Undeniable.
Not much. Just a
little bit.
A tiny one, yeah.
Just a tiny one, yeah?
I can imagine.
And can I also say that I'm ringing from a
blimey,
pub in
he's
Plymouth.
got a list.
No, don't be silly, man.
You're ringing from a pub in Plymouth?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am indeed.
Yeah.
I'm right here, right now, in the tap.
Right here, right now. It's a call from Oasis.
Oh. Am I dumped?
Yeah, literally and figuratively. If there's any justice in this world, Garen. Can we hang on? Well, you want to say another thing? Good grief,
just one
man.
more thing.
And another thing.
Just one more thing, Nick.
Yes, get on with it.
Why do you look like Andy Crane?
Why do I look like Andy Crane?
Are you his oldest brother?
Nah. Well, perhaps. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Yes, it's, okay, just did. Garen, you are, I should have dumped you after about the fifth thing that you said. You idiot, you. Go away. 0500 1053 89. But happy birthday, by the way. Here is a safe pair of hands. It's Elizabeth from Cheddar.
Good evening, Nick.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
How are you?
I am all right. How are you? Did you have a nice weekend?
You cut your finger, didn't you? When you was cutting the cheese.
Damn it. Yeah, I was cutting the cheese.
Yeah.
Just in a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I cut my finger.
Right,
blood was spurting out everywhere.
You need no stitches.
Pardon?
You need no stitches, did you?
Stitches?
You're right, aren't you? You're all right, Nick, don't worry.
No,
Just be a bit careful next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always be careful when handling a loaded gun.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say, I rung up to talk about normal wisdom.
Of course you did.
Yeah. He's a very good actor, isn't he? Like in the old days, making all the old films and
No,
that.
he was not a good actor. This man was a complete pain in the arse.
A good comedian, more of a comedian, really, when he wanted to be an actor, really.
Except that he wasn't funny. Wrong.
Nick.
Yes.
I reckon you're more funny in Norman Wisdom, though. You're a good comedian.
Of course.
You are very good.
But I don't know that. Norman Wisdom came back and did Esther. Did you see that?
What was that?
That's a very good question, Elizabeth. Believe it or not, Esther Williams does a talk show in the afternoons.
Yeah.
On the BBC. Because they saw Ricky Lake do one, and they thought we better have that.
Nick.
And we can't buy Ricky Lake because she's too expensive, so we'll get Esther. Yes?
Who's Esther Williams?
Esther Williams?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Esther Williams.
I was thinking, huh?
I never heard of Esther Williams, Nick.
Wasn't she she was the one who did all the water stuff?
No, I never heard of her.
Esther Williams.
No, never. First time I ever heard of her. What'd she come in then?
Nonsense, Elizabeth. You must have heard of the woman who did all the... You remember all the old musicals, don't you?
Yeah, I know a lot of musicals, but the first time I ever heard of her.
Ever?
Yeah.
Well, Esther Williams was the one who did all the water scenes, I'm sure of it.
No, the first time I ever heard of her.
Well, think,
I know you now, anyway, you told me.
And,
anyway, let's go on to the next caller now.
Oh, I haven't finished with you yet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So, I can't remember what we were talking about now. Esther Williams, how did we get onto that?
Esther Williams.
Esther Ranson you were talking about with her.
Oh, Esther Ranson, that's right.
I know Esther Ranson.
Because
she used to come in Last Life, didn't she?
That's right, and she has
in the 80s.
She has her
yeah.
She has her own talk show now, and she had Norman Wisdom on, and he was doing this sort of sob story thing, how he was kind of beaten as a child by his dad, and it was almost it was really strange looking at it, because he'd obviously got I guess you go on a talk show, you do memorize the bits that you're going to say, right?
Yeah.
And so he went through this, my father used to beat me, and he picked me up and threw me over the other side of the room. And this was not what the audience wanted to hear, because the audience were, Norman Wisdom fans, like you are, Elizabeth, from Chatterer, and they thought they were going to be amused. He was going to walk along and pretend...
he went through hard life, eh? That's why...
Well, apparently, but, who would have knew? You don't turn up and see a comedian and expect him to sort of recount how he got beaten as a child by his... Well, yeah. And he, you expect him to sort of, walk along and then trip over his own feet and pretend to fall over. That's what you'd expect from Norman Wisdom.
Yeah,
and,
I don't make him out the way he get the laugh like that all the time. He must take laughing powder. Oh, no, he's good. I was only joking. He's good, though.
You're a card, ain't you, Elizabeth? Okay, thanks a lot, dear.
Bye.
Talk to you later. It was Elizabeth from Cheddar. But it was kind of really painful watching it, because he went through this, my father used to pick me up and literally throw me over the other side of the room, and he would get up and demonstrate how this was doing. And he was obviously having a really hard emotional time about it. You were looking at him and thinking...
Wow, that kid has some real emotional problems.
Talk about stalling. And then Esther she didn't want to really talk about that, because I'm sure she thought it was going to be a funny show. And the audience were kind of like, oh, no. And then they went on to something else. And then he said, because they went on to like his film career or something, like a happier thing. She tried to pull it away. And after a couple of minutes, he said, oh, no, I forgot one thing. And he went back and listed another horrible thing that his dad did to him. And it was like, he'd obviously come in with a list of things that he wanted to sort of pass on, grief from his childhood. It was very bizarre. Because that didn't really hit the papers, did it? All these... are you remotely interested in what I'm talking about, Kev?
I am, actually, I've been listening intently.
Because, all that sort of grief in childhood and, abusive parents and all that sort of stuff, that makes great news copy. The papers love that. If you're famous, then people will read that sort of stuff. But nobody, I don't remember that ever getting, maybe the Daily Mail picked it up. and my mum's hairdresser will be able to, tell me as soon as she digests it. 0500 1053 89. Freak all. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. The success story continues. Now we're bigger and better than ever. Talk Radio, commercial radio station of the year.
Nick Abbott.
You'd think that he's helping you, but he's hurting you.
Hit me!
0500 1053 89. Shame we lost that music, but I guess that was my fault.
What are you doing?
No idea. Here's one in Edinburgh. You're beautiful Edinburgh. Hello, Raymond.
All right, how's it going, man?
All right.
Have you seen Demolition Man before?
What's that one?
It's with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Yo, Sylvester Stallone. Yo.
No.
Oh, because this thing's been troubling me for years.
What's your problem, dude?
No, because there's meant to be an alternative for toilet paper in the future.
Excuse me?
It's called the 3 seashells. And
What?
I wonder how they use it.
The 3 What? She sells on the seashore?
No, it's meant to be like an alternative to toilet paper, but the film never explained how it's like utilised,
Seashells?
Yeah, I know. It sounds weird, but
and disgusting, furthermore. And painful.
I'm just wondering if any of your callers could help me with this.
Do they take the little crabs out of the seashells? Maybe that's how you get crabs. If only I had known.
One more thing.
Yes.
Were you born with happiness?
I don't know. I'll have to check with the doctor. 0500 1053 89. What do you think? You can just play me like an instrument? I like you mentioned the word happiness, and suddenly I'll be.
Happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of
Penis.
0500 1053. Well, I was setting it up to for Say it.
Patient.
Here's Glasgow. Hello.
Hi, Nick.
Andy.
How's it going?
All right.
You're posing the problem with the Manic Street Preachers.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what it's about?
Yes, I would love to know what it's about.
The Spanish Civil War.
It is?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Saturday morning I switched on the TV, right? And I turned on this relatively new TV channel. I won't mention the name. You know, advertising and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Well, it wasn't Channel
5. Yeah. And I turned it on, and this funny DJ guy, he calls himself Dr. Fox. You heard of him? Nah?
He's a doctor?
Weird guy. Anyway, he started explaining...
He's one of those TV doctors. Is he kind of, I know the type. He's a TV doctor, yeah. Really? I shall call him up, tell him I have a problem with my...
Penis.
Really? You watch these guys, you know?
As in my...
Through our penis, we knew.
Yes. I've been sitting at home too much.
Alistair Wanklin. Well, basically, we're saying it's about they're saying how the people were right to fight Franco, etc. in the Spanish Civil War.
You wrote a song about the Spanish Civil War?
Yeah. At least the video is warped. You get them; they're all connected up to these sort of wires. You know, the actual band members, and the drum kit's covered in polythene. And meanwhile, at the chorus, you see the British traditional family, the mother, father, the son, and the kid. Their faces have been covered, and it's as if they're not really caring, you know. And it's like mad. It's totally. The song's not bad, but the video is pure warped, and you can't, as you say, you can't understand a word they say in the song.
I'm mystified. What about "Ooh Baby I Love You, Yeah Yeah"? I mean, the Spanish Civil War. Is he serious?
Yeah, unless he was really pulling my leg, but that's.
I suppose maybe because he's really intelligent and
or something like that.
Can't he sing about something else? You know?
Exactly. What about love? Whatever happened to LUV love?
Yeah. Well, what about that guy with the seashells? He should get alive.
To have been thinking about that for such a long period, although I guess now I've heard it, I'll be thinking about it for a good long while too.
So, you know, what is it with seashells? He would hate to do it thanks to his spare time, but...
Yeah, just as long as he doesn't do it on the seashore, that's all I care about. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89, it's a free one. And who's that? Who is that person?
That's the lovely and talented Faye Walker, who'll be doing our news at the top of the hour.
Faye Walker. I wonder if we'll have a report about Bodan Ularok.
I don't know. Who do you think he'll be brought to you by?
Alistair Wanklin.
Oh, it might be. I thought that.
Mm-hmm. So it's 0500 1053 89. Let's wipe up a couple of these first. Here is one in Bournemouth. You're a lovely, beautiful Bournemouth. Hello.
Yes, hello. I've heard you once today already on the other programme.
Yes, I'm everywhere, baby.
Yes, but you sound completely different.
Of course, it's a different show.
Yes, obviously, but I mean, you're not sort of conversational the way that you are here.
No, because I'm not conversationaling in it. Stupid, I'm going like mental, shaking out to the pussy. Like
anyway,
that.
the reason why I wanted to speak to you was because of your hotkeys thing, your sampler thing, whatever it's called. We had a guy on the other day, as you will probably remember, where you gave him a load of rubbish about what it was about.
No.
Now, I was fascinated by it myself.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I reckon it is something to do with that 8-second delay.
Oh, right, yeah.
Am I right?
No.
What do you mean it's something to do with the 8-second delay?
Well, when you and I, who are talking to each other now,
yeah.
If I said something really rude, I could be cut off 8 seconds before my before I was able to put it over the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So I reckon that the person is listening to it in real time and has an 8-second chance to actually change it, to put in the sample or what have you.
What?
The person? What do you mean? That like we employ somebody to put in these sound effects. I'm doing it myself, stupid.
I don't believe that. I believe you might have some buttons which you can do, like,
the level's too high on that, Kev. I can hardly hear a word this bloke's saying.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to pull a fader down.
All right, well, there's no great mystery. It's called an RCS Sounder Plus. It's a bunch of hotkeys. It's 20 hotkeys with 20 different pages, and behind each page there's 20 sound effects, and I just pull them up whenever I want, and, it's all over everywhere, dude.
So it's you doing it?
Of course!
At the time the person is speaking to you, then you must be very, very quick.
I'm a genius. Have we not met?
Do you? Do you know, what was I going to say?
I don't know. We'll come back after the news. You can leave us in suspenders. Or just leave us.
Yes, I'll
one of the
leave you
two.
now.
Okay, bye.
Waste loads of air.
Exactly, like you haven't done already. Okay, actual car bumper stickers that need to be made into country songs. My other wife is beautiful.
Brits are really nuts. Just look at your show. It's a freak ball.
Yeah, it's a freak for all.
Have you been sniffing McGiffin? What?
You know how you get? Bow down Oolarok too much. Alistair Wanklin. You just said that. I just had to dump Mike Allen. Oh, I dialed up a normal call by accident. Would you mind holding? Because we're in the middle of something else. Normal call. That's a normal call?
I fancy Chelsea Clinton.
To keep an idiot in suspense.
Blimey, I don't know. Hang on, Aid. I'll be back with you for the answer in a while. Put you on hold.
Nick Abbott.
It was Faye Hawker, by the way, not Walker. Sorry, sick boy misinformed me.
She was very good.
She was very good, very friendly, very chatty.
Wendy Lloyd. What's she doing?
The late breakfast.
Really? What? Permanent? Permanent.
The late breakfast is in the capable hands of Wendy Lloyd from Saturday at 9.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, you did. I told you on Friday.
Did you?
Yes. You've got a worse memory than I have. Who are you again?
Who did you hear it from?
Alistair Wanklin, Moscow.
No, it wasn't him.
Okay, so it's 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. The email, if you've got, free material, you want to send it to me, that'd be great. It's nabbott, 2B's, 1T, at talk-radio.co.uk. And the fax number is 0541 59 69 79. It says here that, and this will come as a bit of a shock to you, Kev.
Oh, probably. Go on.
It says only 3%... Oh, dear.
Deary me.
My late lunch is backing up on me. Interestingly, that's what this story is about. Only 3% take lunch.
3%?
Unbelievable, isn't it? 3%.
Do you take lunch? Well, you just eat on the air, don't you?
Well, I eat all the time. There's no sort of gaps between the meals. I just eat all the time.
I'm amazed you're not the size of a small village or something. You should be gigantic, the amount you eat.
No, because I eat good things. I don't eat cake. I don't like cake.
What if it's brown cake?
No, I saw that program that Chris Morris did on Channel 4 about cake. I'm never touching the stuff again.
Yeah.
I've been warned. More than 97% of British workers are failing to take a proper lunch break. Can you believe that? Who do you know that doesn't eat lunch?
Well, is there a difference between taking a lunch break and actually having lunch? Because, I tend to grab a sandwich, but I don't go out for it.
You tend to just graze constantly. Eat a couple of cows in the morning?
Yeah, usually.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll grab a sandwich, and I don't tend to go out for an hour and have a meal or anything like that.
2.3% take a full hour for lunch. I find that incredible. 2.3% of the people in this country take a full hour? That's insane. You absolutely should take an hour, at least, but the thing is, an hour is not enough, unless you can actually eat in the building that you work, and there's somewhere where you can kind of get away from your work environment, maybe go on the roof. A nice conservatory on the roof. Wouldn't that be nice?
Go up on the roof here.
Yeah, with dark wood chairs, with white cushions on them, and there'd be somebody serving you cocktails. Marvellous.
Let's get that sorted out.
Yeah, absolutely. We should do the show up there.
Okay.
With the waves lapping against the beach.
Do show from roof. Make a note of that.
But the waves must be lapping against the beach. And I must have a view of the Sydney Opera House. Or herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically across the plain.
You said it had a sea view.
It's there between the land and the sky. That was too funny. How long does that remain hilarious, that program? We're talking about Faulty Towers. Women particularly like to sacrifice their lunch breaks and often claim that they're too busy to eat, and have tight deadlines or work better by skipping lunch. That's just not right. You shouldn't skip lunch. It's bad for you. Apart from breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day, except for all the other ones.
Do you eat breakfast?
Of course.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow?
I seldom eat breakfast.
You?
I know you wouldn't think it.
But what do? Make up for it during the rest of the day?
Now that is a man who has eaten a lot of beef.
No.
Really, you must eat a huge amount, though, Kev. Seriously.
I actually hardly eat.
Just a second, fat ass.
I don't eat that much.
Just a second.
I don't. Honest.
Huge amounts you must put away. Seriously.
No, I think it's...
Shut up, pirate, I'm trying to hear.
What's that, Kev?
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you do actually? You're not just going to play an effect and interrupt me in a comedy manner? No, not really.
What do you have for breakfast?
I don't have
a couple of pizzas?
I usually have a bottle of mineral water for breakfast. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's a bottle of mineral water inside a chicken.
No, hold on. Look. It's knocked over. See? Oh, it's here, isn't it? See, this is mineral water here. I just drink this stuff.
Do you drink Buxton as well?
And many other, other mineral waters are available.
At your local mineral water outlet?
That's correct.
Yes.
Sometimes
during the day, I am my own mineral water outlet. It was a pretty nice day, wasn't it?
The sun has got his hat on.
Just when you think that it's not going to be nice anymore, along comes a beautiful autumnal day. The leaves on the trees are changing now. I love this time of year. I'd prefer it if we had a really long, beautiful, hot summer, like the Star Council said, a long, hot summer. Oh, what a good end on that, isn't it? They took a tight band and they're together as one.
What?
A tight band, you know, like they can be in on, like if you sort of count them down, they'll be in and they all know when to stop, like a tight band, like that. They're all in on one. See, there's no coming in late. Perfect. While I've been droning on here, Andy, you've taken about half a dozen, 10 calls, something like that, and were they all crap? Well, what, for instance, were they talking about?
Just mucking around, people being silly.
Oh.
Immature and childish.
Really?
Yes, I won't tolerate it.
That's unusual on this program then, isn't it?
There's nothing immature or childish about this show. So it's 0500 1053 89 if you're not a moron. I just really surprised me. I can't believe that only 3% of the people in this country take lunch. In fact, I think that's just probably one of those... Who did this? It was like pot noodle company. They tell everybody to take lunch. Drink makers Robinsons. What's it got to do with them? Tell them to mind their own business. And this was in the Sundays. It's also appeared in a couple of papers today about Louise Woodward.
Oh, yes.
The baby woman. She may seem like an unlikely object of adoration, but Louise Woodward, the former nanny convicted of causing the death of a baby in her care, has revealed that she has received about 50 proposals of marriage from love-struck fans.
What?
Yeah. Since her imprisonment in an American jail last year, Woodward, 20... I didn't think that she did get convicted.
She was convicted of manslaughter, wasn't she?
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it was second-degree murder reduced to manslaughter.
You're not one of these people who sent a letter, are you? You seem to know... you seem to be word perfect on this.
No. I just read the papers occasionally.
Line 1 seems to be holding. Why is that? Since her imprisonment in an American jail last year, Woodward, 20, has undergone a transformation from plump, gawky teenager. And that's the thing about her, because you remember the pictures of her before her transformation?
She looked like Meatloaf.
It kind of looked like... really, get this person away from me kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Pretty scary looking child, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, she's undergone that whole beautifying thing. Now she's blonde and, she's had her hair done. She's had that whole Hillary Clinton makeover. And now she's a well-groomed and articulate woman, it'd say here. How did she do on that Panorama interview?
I can't remember.
Martin Bashir, who is probably wasn't thinking about his career at all when he called up those 5 blokes who have been accused. I won't even finish that sentence because I don't know legally where I stand. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably wasn't thinking at all about his career and his rising profile and how that might make him more attractive to other TV companies. I wouldn't think that he gave it a second's thought when he called up those 5 guys and said, "Hey, come over here and do the paranormal program with me." She said, Louise Woodward, we're back at her, she said she'd had 50 proposals. Unbelievable. She gets loads of gifts, flowers, chocolates. This is mad. The thing is, it doesn't matter who you are. If you become famous for one reason or another, suddenly people will go mad about you. Because the thing to remember about this is that it probably ties in with the lunch thing. 97% of the world's population are strange. They're stupid. And that corresponds precisely with the amount of people who are not taking lunch. So, if more people took lunch, less people would be threatening to marry Louise Woodward. Statistically, that is a significant result. Are we 5 minutes past the break?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to a single person yet.
But it's an interesting point.
It is? What point?
Your point about lunch and stuff.
But that's the thing, is if you stick your head above the parapet, because everybody almost everybody on the planet just walks around as a complete unknown, which is by far the best way to be. Because as soon as you become famous, people treat you in a completely different way. They kind of go, I do it myself. You know, you see somebody who's famous, and you kind of go a bit strange, especially if you've seen them on TV, because it's like you have a relationship with this person, but you don't. There's nothing else like it, really. And it doesn't matter why you're famous. You can be a multiple murderer, you can be a serial killer, and you'll still have people who think they're having a relationship with you, and they will find you more attractive because you've been on TV. You know, despite the fact that you've been on TV for horrific reasons. Weird. I mean, take that and multiply it by 100, and that's what people who are actually on TV, you know, as a presenter get. Imagine the mail that Vanessa's fat must get.
Imagine the mail that Paul Ross must get.
Does he get mail?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does he get nutters?
Oh, well, you know.
Well, I hope so. I don't hope that I'm not the only one who gets all the nutters.
Well, have you seen Endurance?
Endurance?
That's Paul's show.
Oh, that's the show where they put, that's probably where they came up with the, using seashells as toilet paper.
Well, I just should imagine that attracts a few, freaks.
Well, I would think so, yeah.
And can you take a break soon, please?
Okay, well, we'll do that, and we'll come back. It's 0500 1053 89. This is Talk Radio. I'm Nick Abbott. It's a free call.
Anorax. Email Nick now. nabbott@talk-radio.co.uk.
Go. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
0500 1053 89. Free call. Here's one in London. Hello.
Oh, hello, Nick.
Len.
Nick.
You must be 65 years old, Len.
You said that to me last time. I'm not. Listen. It's just that my parents had a sense of humour.
They did?
They did. Listen, last week in the Daily Mirror, I mean, this must have made her day, that Louise Woodward. They had a picture of her the way she was, like fat and ugly. Then they had a picture of her the way she is now, like still ugly but not so fat. And then they had another picture of Jennifer Aniston and said she now looks like this, Jennifer Aniston.
What?
Can you imagine? I mean, yeah, maybe if you stand like a mile away and close one eye or something.
That's really...
I mean, when she saw that, she must have been over the moon.
I think that's really offensive.
That was unnecessarily nasty.
If I was Jennifer Aniston, I'd sue the Daily Mirror.
Weren't they referring to her hair?
No. Well, yeah, but the actual look of Louise... Anyway, the hair didn't look anything like Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston uses L'Oreal because she's worth it. Louise Woodward
doesn't, because she isn't.
She's not
you
worth
are
anything.
a bad man, Len. You really are.
Nick, did
you
I ever ask
right
you about
in.
the thing with the anchor and the boat?
Excuse me?
Do you know, like, these great big oil tankers, they weigh like 1 million tons or something?
1 million tons?
Well, something like that.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And they've got an anchor that weighs like maybe 1.5 tons or 2 tons. They throw this little anchor over, and it's meant to stop this gigantic great boat. How does that work?
That's a good question. They throw the anchor over.
Alistair Wanklin.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they throw... I mean, any boat, you know, any boat weighs like hundreds of tons, but yet the little anchor weighs maybe a couple of tons. They sling it over.
How many tons does it weigh?
I don't know, but it don't weigh much, does it? Because if it weighed as much as the boat would sink.
That's a good point, too. And furthermore, how can a metal boat float?
Exactly. How?
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah, is it kind of one of those things where you see in cartoons that they're running and they run off the cliff, but they only fall when they realise that they're hanging in midair?
Yeah, a bit like that.
That's a good question. How does an anchor
stop a boat?
Stop
even
a boat?
if it sort of buries itself into the sand,
Mhm.
the weight of the boat, if it's moving,
It would drag it
gonna pull the
along.
anchor.
Yeah. I mean, what's hard enough down there that would stop the anchor? That's what I don't understand.
Exactly.
Because it's just sand, innit?
Isn't it?
Maybe it's crabs. Maybe when they see the thing come down, they all gather together and heave
I
the
think
other way.
You've got a thing about crabs tonight, Nick. Down the chemist for you.
What's that stuff again? Bodan Ularok. That's right, I'll have a bottle of Bodan Ularok. Thanks a lot, mate. To cover yourself from head to toe and then wait 24 hours. Oh dear, what a giveaway. 0500 1050 389. It's a free call. Here is, it's a straight run, isn't it, till 40 before we take a break? Yes, it is. Here's one in Southend. It's a London thing, innit?
Hello, Nick.
Yes.
It's about cinemas.
Southend and cinemas.
Yeah.
Right, cinemas, yes.
I went to see Armageddon.
Isn't it great?
It's pants, mate.
Excuse me?
It's pants.
What a picture! What a picture! Ram-tilly-am-pam.
What
do you mean, pants?
Why does every film last 2.5 hours? I mean, by 2 hours, my arse is aching.
Really?
Yeah.
What a nice thought, Dan.
Now, I went in there, right, and I bought a bag of popcorn.
Wasn't that, who was the country singer who had that, My Achy Breaky Arse? Who was that guy?
Oh, that would be
Billy Ray
Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus,
That's the guy.
Now, I bought a tub of Coke, right?
A tub?
A bag of popcorn.
A tub of a cola beverage.
Oh, yes, cola-based beverage product, yes.
That mix they put in there. £4.70 for popcorn and a Coke.
And a cola beverage, Dan.
I don't know how much you earn, but that's a lot of money, isn't it?
I earn almost that much, yes.
And as for that bloke that was just on with the anchor.
£4.70 for some popcorn and a cola?
Yeah.
You're joking. How big a bucket of popcorn was it?
It was about 5 foot tall.
But seriously though, Dan.
No, it was honestly, it was about 2 pints.
Well, you know how cheap popcorn is. I mean, it's like nothing.
I know. It was unbelievable.
And the cola that they don't serve you real out of the bottle or can,
No, they
do
don't.
they? It's that pump stuff. I can't stand
Now,
that.
this 5-year-old, he poured it out for me. And by the time he's poured it out, you don't want to tell him to stick it back in there, do you? It's too late. He'll get the sack, won't he?
I suppose it would come out of his wages, yeah. And he's probably only earning about 50p an hour, yeah.
Yeah, he must look at these people coming in and buying a Coke and popcorn and thinking that's a week's wages.
Now, he is and I mean that about he's earning only 50p an hour, unless, Dan, there's only one cinema in Southend, in which case I retract that.
No, there isn't.
Okay, then I mean it. And
you do?
And I really mean it. Unless there's only one cinema that's showing Armageddon in Southend.
Yeah, there is.
Well, then I'd take it all back.
So you thought it was a good film, did you?
I thought it was great. How could you not like Armageddon, Dan? You need to loosen up a bit. Let
look, for
your
God's
hair
sake.
down.
I've got none. For God's sake, they're going to save the planet, right?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're in this, about to get in a shuttle.
Yeah.
And they're singing, I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's show business. It's not real life. Just get into it.
And another thing about Armageddon, right? Now, they got all these big burly blokes, haven't they?
Yeah.
Now, how did they get the suits knocked up from that quick? Now, one guy must have weighed about 50 stone, and he's fitting into this suit, this lycra suit.
Well, it's lycra. It arrives in a matchbox and stretches to fit every size. That's what lycra does.
Yeah, but I only showed him from the waist up.
Well, let that be a small mercy for us all.
And why do you keep mentioning crabs tonight?
I don't know. It's
because I've been there and it's not very nice.
You've been to Crabs? That's just off Cornwall, isn't it? Little island just off Cornwall. Quite lovely here.
I won't mention the shampoo, Nick, because I'm sure you've had it.
Yeah, or the person that you got it from. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500, or perhaps he was just staying at the little hostel in Southend, and that's what he happened to pick up. One of the many things that he managed to pick up there. Or not. 0500 1050 389. It's a free call. Here is one in St Albans. Hello.
Hello there, Nick.
David.
Right, enjoying your programme. And you talked about how the boats float.
Yeah, how does a metal boat float?
Well, it's all to do with the space that the hull is taking up in the water.
Rubbish.
And the water that isn't where the boat is pushing from all sides to try and get back to that space.
Look, David, if you don't know, just admit it.
And, well, I think that's what happens. And the weight of the water that's pushed aside is it less or greater than the weight of the boat?
See, like I said, if you don't know, then
I think it's less.
stop making it up. But either way...
Charlie, don't surf!
Charlie, don't surf. I want you to remember that at all times.
It's not bad, is it?
And... Oh, I pressed the wrong one.
How many buttons have you got there?
Too many.
Have they got little words written on so you know what they do?
There's words on the screen, so I have to correspond the buttons with the layout on the screen. That's why I sometimes screw it up, because and a very bad design fault is the buttons on the screen aren't the same shape as the actual physical buttons themselves.
So you haven't got a touch screen?
No, unfortunately.
That'd be great. You could have...
Well, this system does come as a touch screen system, but I think that was an extra $4.99.
Oh, right. I haven't had my eyes scraped, but I do wear contact lenses, so I sort of, I can imagine. And you actually went through with it?
Yeah, I did, and there was the most painful experience of my entire life. You cannot begin to imagine the pain.
I've had conjunctivitis, and that's bad enough.
What's that?
It's worse than that, yeah. Oh, God.
No, what is that?
Oh, what's that? Well, that's if you leave your contact lens in when you've got a bit of dust in the eye, and you don't take your lens out because you think, I'll get rid of this. So you try and fiddle around with it, scratch the eye, the infection gets in, the eyeball, the white part goes bright red.
Stop speaking. That sounds about as painful, but probably not quite.
No, I can believe you. I can believe it could be worse than what you've had done.
I mean, I had to sit in a darkened room for 2 days and not move.
Yeah, I can imagine any movement is hell, yeah.
Yeah, because any movement of your body and your eyes involuntarily move too.
Yeah.
And so, no, it was beyond pain. But, having come out the other side, I see almost 2020, and I'm so glad that I had it done, and it's a shame that I didn't have it done earlier, actually, because there's just so many aggravating things about not being able to see properly. And you'd think that in less sophisticated and civilized times, people like you and me, David, we'd be dead by now because we can't see.
Can't see where you're going, no. But I've had them for 30 years, actually, contact lenses, so I've sort of persevered with them, and I still think I've got the sort of gas permeable ones now.
Well, some people they can wash their lenses in tap water, which you shouldn't do.
Shouldn't do.
And they can just
lick them.
Yeah, exactly. They lick them. We shouldn't do that. They can leave them on the sink overnight. They put them on their chewing gum on the bedpost overnight. It still tastes delicious in the morning the next day. That's right.
You can't seem to find them.
And they'll drop them in a sandpit and they'll put them straight in their eye and they won't have a bit of problem at all. And then other people like me, they're cleaning them with a little sponge thing and they're boiling them and they're doing everything down to the letter, and there's just tears.
You had the soft ones, didn't you?
Streaming from my eyes. Yeah.
They were the soft ones, you see. But if you have the gas permeable, they're hard and they don't need all that boiling and sponging. You see, they're a bit better that way.
They're hard, are they?
Yeah.
Like they're really tough.
Yeah, really tough things. Yeah. Well,
so the whole boat thing is displacement of water. Is that what it is?
That's it. The weight of water. The water trying to get back to where the space where the hull is, it pushes the boat up. And that's all it is.
Never get out of the boat. Absolutely goddamn right.
Thanks very much, David.
Okay.
0500 1050 389. It's a free call. And he said,
never get out of the boat.
In case you missed the first part of it, because I stepped all over it. Here's one in... What time is it now? Here's one in Hales Owen. Hello.
Hiya, Nick.
Kathy.
It's me.
Who's me?
Me, the one you gave the T-shirt to my daughter.
We did?
Yeah, when she was bad. Do you remember you spoke to her on the phone with the Mad Family, who's got all the Talk Radio T-shirts? Oh, you must remember. You wanted to give her a stinking mug, and you said, I don't want no stinking mug. If you want a T-shirt, you can't wear a mug at PE.
Is this the 5-year-old person who, I said, no way, I'm going to send you a T-shirt, and then you twisted my arm and talked me into
12.
it?
12.
All right, well, whatever. 5, 12, what difference does it make?
Yeah, she's much better now, I must say. And I did send you a photo. I don't know if you've got it yet, but I sent you a photo of me and the family with all our gear on, just to show that we're not a bunch of weirdos. We are a bunch of weirdos, but we're not that bad.
Well, did I get my mail? Did I get any mail today?
Bye, sick boy.
Sick boy's
just run away.
He's running out like there's free money out there.
It's not that bad.
And I'm going to wear the T-shirt as well when I do my practical work at college.
What does that mean? Practical work?
Yeah, well, I'm doing interior design, so for all my practical work, I'm going to wear my T-shirt and my hat at college.
You're not a model in an art class, are you?
Not yet. But I've just hit the big 3-0. I don't really think I've got much chance for that now.
Of course, you could get it done in the style of Lucian Freud. It'd be great.
Who? Who's that?
Oh, he's one of the Freuds.
One of the Freuds.
Yeah, one of them.
But anyway, I'm really dreading starting college. I really am. I'm really, really nervous.
Why are you going back?
Well, I've just done 1 year, and I've got to do another year at a different college, and I've got to take my maths.
You got thrown out of college for bad behaviour?
No. Me?
What must you have been smoking in the bike shed to get chucked out of college?
No, I only let the teachers tie us down once when I was like 13. But that was the only thing I ever done bad at school.
So you've got a 12-year-old daughter. Any other kids?
Yeah. You know, my little boy was the one that you sent that Star Wars pen to.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
So give us a list of the children you've got.
I've just got Daniel and Emma.
Okay.
Just the two.
And they're 12 and...
5.
12 and 5?
Yeah.
You got a significant other?
Oh, yes, yeah.
So you're taking care of him too?
Yeah.
And 2 kids, and you're going to college?
Well, yeah, I've been studying already. I mean, I haven't stopped studying for some time now, but I've got to go back to college and do another course. Because it's not easy to do interior design. You have to take all different courses. And then I've got to do graphic design another year of that after.
For the eventual notion of doing what?
I'm going to have my own business. I am definitely going to get my own business.
An interior design business?
Yeah, definitely.
And what's the colour? What's the fashionable wall wearing this season?
The fashionable wall wearing, pot of paint and a bomb.
Say what?
Pot of paint and a bomb. Put a pot of paint in a room, put a bomb under it, let it explode, and there you are. You've got an original design. No?
Well, good luck with your business, Kathy. Okay, here is one in, it's a mobile on the M1. Hello, Gary.
Hello.
Gary.
Hello.
Gary.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, right there.
Perfect synergy. Get on with it.
I've got the answer for the, why does an anchor stop a ship?
Yeah.
Because the way it's designed, it digs deeper and deeper into the sand. So eventually, it would dig deep enough to stop the ship. Simple as that.
Is that why it's in a U? Sort of a U with a stick coming out of it?
It's angled, isn't it? It's angled. It's about a 30, 45 degree angle or something like that from the chain, isn't it? So it digs deeper into the sand.
Unbelievable.
As it's dragged along.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Gary.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
So it's the angle of the anchor. Which is no, I better not.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
Alistair Wanklin.
Oh, please. It was
Alistair Wanklin, Moscow.
In Moscow, yeah. Probably can't hear the show in Moscow. We're not on the net, are we?
Not yet.
Are we going to be on the net?
Oh, one day probably, yeah. I should imagine.
You can email us, by the way, because we do have that technology. It's nabbott, 2bs1t, at talk-radio.co.uk.
And that's N for naughty, not M.
Naughty.
For miserable, because the amount of mail
we're
that
not
gets misdirected to M. Abbott.
People are sending it in to misdirected?
It's like,
what?
M. Abbott with 3 B's and a silent Q sometimes.
Who's misdirected?
Damn it, I didn't have an anal probe.
That's him.
Oh, that was Mr. Rectum. Ooh. What? Oh, don't do that to me. What did Mike Allen say live on the air on Friday?
Get Mike Allen in.
Yeah, I know. Please, when you start to go down the plug hole, he's the man that you with the plunger on top of you. propelling you down.
Why do you say something about Scott and get him rushing back?
No.
No.
He'd come in and I'd say...
Yeah, you can't sit with us, weirdo.
Oh, man, you're asking for it now.
You got in trouble. You got in trouble.
No, I didn't. Didn't say a damn thing. So it's 0500 1050 389. We're going to go away in order to come back again, and these are a list of actual real bumper car stickers that should be made into country songs. How about, I need someone really bad. Are you really bad?
Giving you more of what you want. Talk Radio. Your views and the news you need. 1053 and 1089 AM. Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Oh, 0500 1050 389. There's nothing stupid about this show. Here's one in Derbyshire. Hello. Eddie.
Hello.
Eddie.
How are you, man?
All right.
Yeah, good. Where's the show coming from? South Park?
Yes.
Good. About your man that's just rung in about this anchor problem with the ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wrong, man.
What's that?
Well, the anchor just keeps the chain in position.
Yeah.
And the weight of the chain keeps the ship in position. That's all it does, the anchor.
The weight? Sorry, run that by me again?
You've got the anchor, and you've got the anchor chain, which fixes onto the ship, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's all the anchor does is just stops the chain from moving with the ship. That's all it does. It's the weight of the chain.
It
the
is?
Ship down that rests on the seabed that stops it dragging.
Huh. Is that a fact? And how do you know this?
Well, I work on a drilling ship west of Shetland, so we just play around with a few anchors now and again, so...
I can imagine, yes.
So, just say hello to all the Greenpeace out there, if they're listening.
Is that you? Do you work on a Greenpeace ship?
Oh, no, I work on a drilling company, for a drilling company.
And so you have contact with Greenpeace people?
Well, they try to make contact with us, but it's sometimes not very friendly.
The Greenpeace people aren't friendly?
Well, not really, no.
Or you're not friendly to them?
Oh, we have to be friendly to them. It's, just being nice and polite, isn't it, really?
So you're on are you on an actual drilling platform?
Yeah.
And the Greenpeace people are sailing beneath you?
Well, not directly beneath us, but they come up to see if there's anything nasty happening to the environment, which there never is.
But do they sort of sail quite close to your little thing there?
Well, sometimes they...
So did you ever feel like... did anybody ever...
Drop an anchor on what? Well,
no, did anybody on your drilling platform ever take a leak over the side when the Greenpeace people were there?
Well,
I see.
Yeah, well, you do now and again.
Well, of course.
Well, that's going down to the toilet.
That's why they're so unpleasant to you, is because you're deeply nasty and vindictive to them.
Well, no, they can't see you, can they, from miles and miles away?
Well, it's not. They know it's coming from, don't they?
Well, I know, but if you're having a quick whittle over the side, it's not a major pollutant, is it? Unless you've been on the bathing out before, then maybe.
Well, that's a repulsive thought, Eddie, and please behave yourselves in future.
Okay.
Cheers. 0500 1050 389.
Never get out of the boat. Absolutely goddamn right.
So we got the boat thing done, we had the anchor thing done.
Alistair Wanklin.
That's what I said. And here's another guy with a problem with his boat. Andy.
Yeah, hello, mate. I'm just ringing to confirm what the last guy said. That it is the chain. The only reason that it used to be in a U shape is because that's what's called an Admiralty style anchor.
An Admiralty anchor?
Yeah, which used to be on the old wooden ships. And the reason it had a point is because that is what actually caught up on the rocks. these days you've got what's called the old Danforth anchor, which looks like two flat plates.
A Gamfer tanker?
A Danforth anchor.
Danforth anchor?
Yeah.
And what's that?
It's, if you look on modern day, like ro-ro ferries, you've got like two flat plates with a bar across the bottom. And that's all it is, it's a weight. You might as well just have a lump of concrete at the bottom.
Really?
It's purely there to take the chain to the bottom.
And the boat stops because of the weight of the chain?
Yep.
I didn't know. This is like an education, this show. Now, there's something I didn't know before starting tonight. I always thought it was the actual anchor thing itself that stopped the boat from going. It hadn't even occurred to me that it was the weight of the chain. Unbelievable.
Unless it's a smaller weight craft, which has got, say, a rope anchor.
Right.
Or rope line, and it's the actual anchor that digs into the deck.
Amazing.
That's the type that we use.
So even if it's one of these huge, great big, these cruise liners things that they've got now that are bigger than small islands.
Yep.
Even one of them would be stopped by the weight of the chain that's actually held on the boat itself.
Yeah, it just piles up in the big heaps on the bottom.
Amazing. I didn't know that. And what's the anchor called again?
Danforth anchor. It's the type that we use all the time.
Who's we?
I'm in the Marines, and our specialisation mine is driving boats, and that's what we use on the smaller boats.
You're in the Marines?
Yep.
If I have a problem with Scott Chisholm, do you think you could escort me from the building?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Not a problem. What a great audience this is. I love this audience. Thanks a lot, babe.
No problem.
And it's, could you remember what he said it was? It's a Danforth anchor. Is that what you said it was, Andy?
A Danforth anchor.
A Danforth anchor. I wonder if Danforth anchor works with
Alistair Wanklin
in Moscow. What do you think?
It could do.
Could do, yeah. 0500 1053 89. We've got a break at 50. We might take that now or later. Now or later.
You can take it now if you want.
Could take it now?
Yeah. I feel generous.
This is in the Daily Telegraph today. The British Association Annual Festival of Science is on today, and they were, naturally, because it was an association of science, we're talking about new lads. Huh? They were talking about new lads' place in the world. Are you a new lad, Kev?
No.
Do you care about your appearance?
What do you think?
Do you care about your appearance?
A little bit, but not obsessively.
Do you read Loaded magazine?
No, I read FHM.
FHM, okay. Well, that's more loaded than FHM, than, Loaded.
No, it's a bit...
It's just babes from cover to cover, isn't it?
No, entirely.
Babes with their boobs out, that's what it is.
It has a very good travel section.
Yeah, right. I mean, people used to say that they read the Playboy because of the articles, but the articles in FHM are all about how to get babes with big boobs.
No.
They are.
No.
And have you ever managed to get a babe with big boobs? No. So new lads are not the macho men they portray themselves to be, but are racked by low self-esteem and have fallen into a backwater of society, the British Association conference in Cardiff was told yesterday. And I bet they were really knocked that the conference was in Cardiff. I mean, no offence to Cardiff, but, you know, all these scientists thought, well, we'll have a great week away from the missus, they thought. It'll be excellent. We'll go to Amsterdam or, Berlin or somewhere exciting like that. And whoever it was who booked the thing said, no, we're going to Cardiff. Can you imagine the look on their faces? This image of new lads cultivated by their Bibles, such as Loaded, FHM and Maxim, is a bloke lash. What does that mean?
Is it like backlash, only with bloke in there, because it has a B and a K in it?
Well, no, because that wouldn't make sense. Because FHM is not having a bloke backlash. So I don't understand what that means. The Daily Telegraph should get themselves sorted. What the hell are they on about?
Yeah, amateurs.
So,
of course. That's just it's not even my opinion.
Yeah, it is his opinion.
No, I'm sure they're not.
The opinions expressed by Kev are his and his alone.
Yeah, and not necessarily those of Nick.
This image, tough, arrogant, sexy, well, delete one of those words, eh, Kev?
Which one?
Self-reliant and all that sort of stuff. It's a replacement for the effeminate new man of the 1980s. You remember him, don't you? He was the guy that was in the ad for the Building Society. He was in a loft house with the window open, and it was Sunday, and he was stroking his cat with the bare floorboards and everything.
Oh, he went out to buy a newspaper.
Bare floorboards, bare feet. He went to buy a newspaper, and he didn't have enough money on him, so fortunately there was a cash machine thing just around the corner with a couple of guys with baseball bats with nails stuck through them because he happened to be out in the East End where all the lofts are. He never got back to that flat alive. Did you know that? Because that ad was going to be a series, kind of like the coffee blender people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
that was it.
He got killed in the first one. It's a big disappointment for him.
Shame.
The evidence seems to indicate that the lad is a bit of a weed, and seems to be curious. Now, there's a thing that they should bring back again, is the wooden tops. Little weed! Do you remember that?
No, that was Bill and Bear.
That was the wooden tops were the thing with Spotty the dog, or something.
I don't know, I'm not that old.
Are we back on children's TV programs that used to be on?
If you want to talk about children's TV programs, call James Whale.
Exactly. And as previously explained, the opinions of Kev are not necessarily those of anybody except himself.
I mean...
In the cold light of day, the lad is better not seen as a witty and ironic challenge to politically correct feminism, but an attempt to avoid the challenges of an evolving society. In other words, being a lad is being a cop-out. People like Liam Gallagher of Oasis, perfect examples of new lad, not prepared to take responsibility for their actions. A new lad does not merely pretend not to care about his behaviour and appearance, he actually does not care. It's infantilism, the extension of childhood pleasure into middle age. That's what this is all about, new lads. The emotional populism of the government. Oh, it's the government's fault.
It's Jack Straw's fault.
Of course, and the media in general and the touchy-feely Britain conspire to suggest that the 1990s is the woman's decade. Men, especially young men, are being regarded as the problem, and that's their answer to the problem, is to kind of cop out and be kids forever and ever. And if you look at the magazines like Stuff and Loaded and FHM and all of that, they're appealing to like 25, 35s, but the stuff that's in them appeals to is like on the level of a 14-year-old. Is that why you read it? Or is it just the babes with the big boobs?
No, FHM is actually a very funny magazine sometimes.
Here's one in Birmingham. Hello.
Hi, you got to play the dumb game, please.
You want to play the dumb game?
Yeah, please.
Okay, we're gonna... Kev is screaming at me. We're gonna take a break. I'll do it after the break?
Yeah, do, man.
Okay, hold right there. This is Talk Radio. I'm Nick Abbott. These are actual, real-life car bumper stickers that need to be made into country songs. How about Smile? It's the second best thing you can do with your lips.
This is Talk Radio, the 1998 KPMG commercial radio station of the year. Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Oh, 500, 1053, 89. We even lost the bloke who's going to play the game.
That was controversial of you.
What?
That.
Oh. Yes. Well, you'll have to take it off if I'm not supposed to play it. You'll have to take it off
The
there.
bid is yet finally to be put together. If and when it is...
What's this?
The Director General...
Oh, I think that's the nice lady in news is just playing at her cuts early.
What?
It's okay, Faye, don't worry about it.
What?
Are you okay in there? Can you reset them okay in there? Are you're going to be okay in there, are you? You're quite happy?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that went out on air.
Oh, okay. Well, don't press any buttons you shouldn't press in there.
Okay.
That's all right. Thanks. Great, thanks.
Okay.
That's Faye.
What the hell is going on here?
She pressed the wrong button.
She didn't, did she?
Yeah, I'm afraid she did. She wouldn't do it again.
Okay, let's go screenless for a while. It's been really painfully slow on the phones this evening. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but Mondays tend to go like that, and then everybody comes to... Is fabulous television on now? I doubt it. I saw a bit of that. I was ready to bury that new all singing and dancing win £1 million game show. But I saw like a half of one of them over the weekend. Is it on every night for 10 days or something?
I don't know.
Which seems a bizarre thing to do. I guess it'll get them a lot of publicity, but perhaps not the same size of audience that they would get if played it once a week. And they'd be able to build it up over 10 weeks. It was a bit of a funny choice, I think. Have you ever heard of that before? A new show comes on and it's on every single night?
Only if it's like...
Including Sundays? Is it on Sunday as well?
Don't know. But it's usually only if it's a limited edition type thing, isn't it?
Oh, please. That show's... that's going to go through the roof. The audience will be huge on that. They're giving away £1 million. Are you joking? And I wonder if they give away the £1 million on the last show.
Probably, because if they give it away beforehand, what are they going to do for the rest of the time?
But have you seen the programme?
No.
As far as I can tell, and as I say, I only saw a bit of it, as far as I can tell, they just choose people by some funny means, and then they ask them, I think they've got to get 15 questions in a row right. And that's it. You get 15 questions in a row, you've won £1 million. And so, technically, you wouldn't think that they would know whether anyone was going to get £1 million. Or whether anyone was going to get £1 million at all. Now, you would think, if they wanted to increase and improve the ratings, that they would give away the £1 million to the very last person on the very last show. Because if they gave it away on the first show, then they got no series.
Yeah.
I mean, there goes the other 9 shows. But if they do that, you would have to think, how did they do that? You would think, what a coincidence.
Isn't it?
You would think. So I wonder what will happen. And we're talking about it now, so, it's like free publicity for them, and goodness knows they've had a lot of that. There was this thing over the weekend as well, which was, the Mirror had this on their front page. This Demos, this left-wing think tank, has said that we better put the royal family on a horse and cart and, send them on their way. We'll do to the horse, and it'll be clattering off over the cobblestones. Strip the Queen of her powers and split from the church. Okay. Any woman who's worth £600 million is going to be powerful. It doesn't matter whether she's actually got, the power to put you in the tower or not. Then decide on who's going to be the next king, which is that's not how monarchies are run. That's just daft. But the stupidest one of all was the royals must use the NHS and state schools. I mean, come on. I know there is this... one side of the argument is that everybody should use the NHS and everybody should go to the same kind of schools, but then you might as well say, well, everybody has to wear the same suit, or talk in the same accent, or be equally as good-looking or ugly as everybody else. People are going to have benefits and legs up